This time tomorrow, we'll be hours away from the biggest game in Mississippi State women's basketball history. The Bulldogs are putting together their game plan for the defending champion Huskies. WCBI Sports' Robbie Donahoe is live in Dallas with more on the Final Four.
Good evening, Tom. We are back here in Dallas. We are letting our MSU friends get rested up and ready to roll for tomorrow. It's the big-time matchup against UConn. It was kind of the game that I don't think many people expected MSU to get to this point. Saw UConn was at the top of the bracket on the NCAA women's tournament when it came out. The fact that they actually made it to this point, now it's not so much as they don't believe it's happening. Now they know it is happening. And today the Bulldogs got their final prep work and practice in on the court at American Airlines Center as they continue preparation for the big-time matchup with the UConn Huskies. #1 overall seed. They've won 115 straight games. They've won the last 4 national championships. They've been to the Final Four 10 years in a row. I could go on and on, but it all comes back to the fact that this MSU team, which really hasn't changed much from last year, played this UConn team last season in the Sweet 16 and lost by 60. They were humbled. Some of them even going as far as saying they were embarrassed, discouraged. Everything you want to say about that loss to UConn in the Sweet 16 last year, it continues to drive this team today. And the Bulldogs believe that loss last year up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, has prepared them for this moment Friday night.
It was a humbling, embarrassing experience for all of us. And so, but I think that's the big thing you learn is the speed of the game when you're playing. And let me tell you, this team is no different. I know the names have changed with some of them. The team's no different.
Last year, I feel like we was a little timid to go out there and play, and it showed. And this year, I feel a different vibe in the locker room and practice that we can go out there and compete with them.
We watch the film all the time, walk in the weight room, 60 sitting on the board. So that game just motivated us not to do the same thing.
We don't want to forget it. We just want to learn from that game. So I think UConn is a different team this year, even though they're still a great team and we're way different from last year. So just going in, trying to focus on that and just playing Mississippi State basketball.
Last year we were a little tied up when we played them the first time. The game gets away from you really quick, and I think we just have to take it one possession at a time and we'll be fine.
I feel like we have to have a different mindset. I feel like last year we kind of came in and played scared. This year I think we just have to come in, just be smart, just play tough, play our game, and don't let the outside things affect us.
You can almost sense a quiet confidence with this Mississippi State team going into this game. You could see last year the Bulldogs were happy to be there. They enjoyed getting the opportunity to play UConn. But when you step on the court and you see UConn across the chest and you actually watch the ball tip off, I mean, it's a totally different intensity and environment when you're playing against the UConn Huskies, the #1 overall seed, and arguably the #1 women's basketball program, maybe next to Tennessee, ever. So Gina Oriem has put together a powerhouse, but again, we continue to come back to it. If there's any team that can beat this UConn team, we saw them against Baylor, it is Mississippi State. They continue to say all the right things. Even Blair Schaefer had a phenomenal quote, which you will hear coming up tonight at 10 on WCBI Sports. Again, it's the why not us mentality. MSU has nothing to lose. They have all the confidence in the world, and the intensity that they have shown and they have played with over these last few weeks, especially in the NCAA tournament, continuing to show that this team can definitely do it. And even if the national pundits continue to say no, you can't, and they continue to doubt them, that's continuing to fuel the fire for this Mississippi State women's basketball team. We will have